Hey everybody, welcome back. We're back to Crystalline, a early access visual novel. And last time we traveled to a new city by train. We played a little bit of a card game, which is actually really fun. They nailed down the card mechanic, by the way. It's so well socially wise, or I guess you float so well together. Nevertheless, we are back. We're currently in an inn, waking up at a new city, looking for a lost city, apparently to find a professor. I'm not sure how long we got to go on to until the visual novel ends, but let's keep on going for as long as we can, shall we? As I grab a few items off my bed, I look over at Zach, who's fiddling with his gun. That guy sure gives the discharger a lot of attention. Morning. He glances up and nods.
I'm heading down. Meet me there when you're ready.
Sure. Zach shoulders his pack and leaves. This is probably the quietest morning I've had so far. It's a little strange. I pack up the last of my things and follow Zach downstairs, where I find him waiting alone. But where are Liana and Amelia? He shrugs.
Still getting ready, I guess.
Okay. That's unusual. Liana's generally the first one up. Wait a couple more minutes before the girls finally show up, carrying a Pongo with them. Amelia smiles widely at the Pongo, who grins back. Those two seem to be in a good mood. Liana, on the other hand, looks exhausted. What were they doing last night? Let's just say good morning. Let's just be polite about it. Good morning. Liana smiles.
Morning. Boy.
The Pongo wobbles in Amelia's arms as she nods her greeting.
We should move on so we don't lose any daylight.
Zach looks over at Amelia, who rummages through her bag. Eventually, she pulls out a map. I glance at the carefully detailed mountains and rivers. Suddenly, I'm missing my GPS.
We will proceed eastward through the forest adjacent to Bazada. From there, we will travel northbound towards the Sonoa Mountains.
Her finger scrolls across the different locations.
Assuming there are no divergences in the course, we should arrive in Ember Mist by midday. Any inquiries?
Amelia folds the map and glances at the rest of us. We'll look at each other.
Then let us begin our journey.
Okay. She leads the way out of the inn and through the streets of Basada. Even this early in the morning, the marketplace is still bustling with people. Carefully traversing through the streets and alleys, the crowd begins to thin as we reach the city borders. Amelia consults a map, then continues out the city. Yeah, heading over to the Forbidden City then, or the Hidden City. Without the high cover of the stalls, I blink at the clear blue sky. In the distance, I can see the dark, leafy cover of trees. Must be where we're going. Once we reach the forest, I'm surprised by how much shade leaves provide. The branches are strong and the leaves are thick, exposing pockets of sunshine. Amelia kept the map on hand. There are no trails. Aside from a few other stragglers exploring the woods, I can hear the scurry of woodland animals. I gotta say, first of all, I like the fact that this is all painted loose. I could tell this is painted or something. Looks really nice. I don't know if they actually paint or not, but this looks very, I guess, unnatural, right? There are no roads, nothing is etched out. Feels like this is a dangerous area, so I'm pretty sure there's some sort of a bad thing's gonna happen. I don't know, maybe just me. With so much cover and so few people, this would be a perfect opportunity for bandits ambush. Exactly, see? We'll look towards Zach and Liana, who both seem unconcerned. I suppose it wouldn't make sense for bandits to hide out in a forest which is mostly devoid of people. We aren't carrying any cargo either, so they even less of reason to attack us. The deeper we travel into the woods, the thicker the canopy of leaves becomes, nearly blocking out all the sunlight. All the other people have long gone, and even the rustles of bushes have become quiet. The Pongo nestles even deeper in Amelia's arms. Liana shivers and wraps her arm around herself in a hug. Check on her? We should probably check on her. You okay? She seems startled and drops her arms, trying to act normal.
I'm fine.
If you say so, fine means an... Oh my god, I know exactly what I'm fine means in Earth English. Should we press it? Should we? I mean, she says she's fine. That's fine. But if somebody... No, I mean, I don't know. Fine. I'm fine has a double meaning. It has such a really thick double meaning. I know exactly what I'm fine means in Earth English. Where I come from, when a girl uses those two words together, it means she's not fine. Liana blinks and lets out a small laugh.
It's nothing really. It's just that the woods are getting darker and darker, and there's a lot more shadows.
Are you afraid of the dark? Liana shakes her head.
Nothing like that. But really, you don't have to be concerned. It's nothing.
I'm still not convinced, but I'll trust her. Okay. Good thing they were pressed it, just in case. But I like how it's like, I know what I'm finding, it's in Earth English. The forest continues to block out even more light. Soon it becomes so dark we can barely see what's in front of us.
Are you sure we're going the right way?
Amelia pulls a torch out of the bag in response. She touches her fingers to the tip of the torch and her bracelet glows. Then torch erupts into flames.
Indeed, there is no need for alarm. The darkness merely indicates we're about to enter the Forest of Sorrows.
The Forest of what? I'm sorry, but this was any other RPG. This is where either a boss is at, or this is a very high level area we should probably leave and come back and grind a little bit more before we come back here. Seriously, this is a death trap. She's leading us to our death. I'm not even kidding you.
Forest of Sorrows?
I'm surprised by Liana's outburst. Her face is deathly pale.
Do we have to go through here? There must be an alternate route.
Amelia shakes her head.
Ember Mist can only be accessed through these woods.
Liana groans.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
So this is what was bothering her. By the way, I know there's like a little stuttering every single time the panels change and stuff. That's the game, that's not me. That's just the game itself. What's up with the Forest of Sorrows? I mean, it sounds spooky enough, but is it really that bad?
It is rumored that those who venture into the Forest of Sorrows never come out.
They never come out. She nods.
The reason people are unable to escape is because they hear the voices of the loved ones they have lost. They fruitlessly search for their loved ones, losing their way, chasing the wailing of the spectrals.
No! Amelia, stop! We can travel through this stupid place if we have to, but no more of this story stuff that isn't true and can't be true, so it's not true.
I feel bad for Liana. She really doesn't want to be through, go through here. Although Liana tries to put on a brave front, her voice grows shriller the longer she talks. Right. Amelia nods.
Then let us continue.
I turn to Zach. Do you think all that stuff about the Forest of Sorrows is possible?
It doesn't matter if I think it's possible, because it's the truth.
Zach! Stop!
As Liana turns away, Zach cracks a fleeting smile before resuming his stony stare. The trees have now lost their cozy feel completely. Look thick, old, and withered. Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, this is something out of like good lord, Dark Souls? Not really Dark Souls. No. Yeah, actually, Dark Souls 2 maybe, possibly. I never actually played Dark Souls 2. I've only seen streams and videos of it. This is not good. No, this is a place where we should be avoiding entirely, in my opinion. The eerie silence is deafening, and each crunch of leaves beneath our feet reminds me of the inevitability of each death and decay. Keep seeing flashes of beady eyes peering amid the branches. The squawking of crows pierces the silence, making me jump. Instinctively, I pick up the pace, as does everyone else. Liana grows increasingly agitated.
Are you sure we're going the right way? I swear that I've seen that.
Cold gust of wind extinguishes the torch. Liana latches onto my arm and pulls it close to her chest. Her eyes are squeezed shut and she buries her face against me. Okay, not gonna lie, I feel bad that she's scared, but she looks really cute. Is that bad? Is that a bad thing? Oh god, the eyes in the background. Okay, yeah, that's not a good place. This is not a good place. Light returns as Amelia relights the torch. Liana peeps an eye open and glances down at my arm. And where it rests on her chest. Her cheeks burn as hot as a torch, and she quickly drops my arm.
Sorry,
She trails off as... God damn it. It's so cliche. It's so cliche, but I love it. I love it. These cliche moments. I love it. Oh, that's so disgustingly cutesy, but that's the thing that you want in a visual novel. Yeah, this is actually just fine. This is perfectly fine. I have nothing against this. She trails off as her blush deepens. Better nerves from the forest and the awkwardness of grabbing me is making her flustered. She might be more comfortable holding on to me. That's an equally awkward situation. Suggestion. Ask her to grab my arm, pull her in close. She lets go, let's just move on. Did she want to grab my arm? I don't think we want to just pull her close to us to be overly assertive. Actually, would that be good? Would she prefer that instead? Ah, God, I don't even have the maid to save. Did she want to hold onto her arm? You can hold on to it if you want. Lana almost seemingly grateful for Arthur, but then notices Zack and Amelia.
No, it's okay. The light going out just caught me off guard.
Are you sure? She nods. Okay. Zack waits impatiently, a few paces ahead of us.
Can we move on?
Affirmative.
We all hurry to catch up with Zack and continue through the forest. No wonder people get lost. Place feels like it's endless. Gradually the darkness fades away as the trees are illuminated by an ethereal glow. As the blue and green light chases away the shadows, my mood begins to lift. Trees still look ancient, but full of wisdom and secrets instead of bad omens. Okay, this actually looks cool. I like it. Pongo squirms wildly in Amelia's arm. He wriggles free and hops around in glee. As he hops, he opens his mouth wide, but loses his balance and blinks as he falls on his head. After a few more confused seconds, he shakes himself and tries again. There must be a lot of magic in here.
We have made it through the Forest of Sorrows.
Leanna sighs in relief.
Finally.
So Ember Mist is close.
The natural concentration of crystal energy would indicate we are on the correct path.
Ah, the crystal must be what the blue and green glow is from.
What do you mean, on the correct path? Haven't you traveled here before?
Amelia shakes her head.
No, this is my first journey.
You mean you had us travel through the Forest of Sorrows without knowing for sure that it would lead us to Ember Mist?
Sometimes you gotta take risks. Just saying, like, not every path is immediately etched out for you perfectly. Sometimes you just gotta go check it out.
That is correct.
Leanna gapes at Amelia.
Well, we did make it through. And if we do reach Ember Mist, then she would have delivered on her promise.
Zack nods at Amelia, who looks curious at him. While deep in thought, it looks like she rewarded the previous analysis of him, and then she nods back. Leanna opens her mouth to argue, but stops.
I suppose it doesn't matter now that we're almost there.
On that conclusion, let us continue.
We trail behind Amelia, the Pongo blissfully hopping along, as he navigates us out of the rest of the forest. Ember Mist lies just beyond the edge of the forest, and soon we approach the heavy gates of the city. Oh. Not gonna lie, when I thought of Ember Mist, I thought of like ruins of like a cathedral-like capital with stone structures and rubble everywhere. I didn't think we would go into a hobbit hole. This looks like a country bumpkin hobbit hole. A little bit from like some of the villages you'd see in Tales of Berseria. A little bit, if you ever played the game. It's actually a good game, by the way. Check it out. Seriously, Tales games are so good. It's so good. Oh my god. Two tan men with leather armor and carved wooden stabs inlaid with rough crystals stand guard. Those stabs are crossed, and light seems to shimmer as it catches the negative space between the stabs. Yeah, that's some kind of magic.
Please state your business.
As students from the Mage Academy, we seek an audience with Elder Isim.
Look us over and I shift uncomfortably under their gaze. The blank eyes seem to burrow deep into my soul. The closed eyes and the red crystals inlaid in the stabs glow. The translucent glimmers increase. After a few minutes, they reopen their eyes and remain silent. I glance at Liana, who looks back at me. I whisper, "Are they going to let us in?" She shakes her head uncertainly. Zack crosses his arms, but otherwise doesn't seem bothered by the situation. Amelia stands confident and waits patiently. I guess things are going according to our plan. Just when I can no longer bear the silence, a figure steps out from behind the gates. He's an old, squirrely man with a set of glasses, which slip down his hooked nose. He wears a faded and wrinkled open robe.
Elder Isim.
Yes?
Who is it?
I am Amelia Stahl from the Mage Academy, and these are my associates.
The Mage Academy, you say?
He adjusts the glasses on his nose and peers at Amelia.
Yes. Yes.
One by one, he peers at the rest of us. He barely glances at Zack, but looks at Liana with interest when he recognizes her guild emblem. Finally, his gaze lingers on me, almost as if he's trying to place me, but can't.
Well, come on in then. No point in standing around.
The guards break away as he beckons us in, and the translucent shimmers disappears. After we pass through the gates, I look back right before the gates close, see the guards resume their original position. Elder Isim shuffles along the dirt path and leads us through the quaint village. The villagers tend to wear plain, loose-fitting tunics. Aside from the guards, most people don't carry weapons, although many of them do wear simple bracelets embedded with crystals. We soon arrive at a strangely architectural stable clay hut. As we enter, I covertly touch the walls. It reminds me of unglazed ceramic tiles. We settle down on the white cushioned floor.
How were you able to find this place?
Through you.
Eh?
Amelia pulls out a worn tome, where she had been keeping that whole... Why had she been keeping that the whole time?
My old research. I thought I'd lost this.
As Elder Isom carefully turns the pages of the tome, Liana clears her throat.
We were told you can help us.
By whom?
Professor Xavier.
Elder Isom lets out a loud laugh.
Xavier is a professor now. Good for him. I've been out of touch with Haven Guard and Lumia for many years. I'm not sure how I can help.
Liana fills them on all that happened so far, beginning with the spiked energy readings and ending with Professor Xavier's advice. She keeps the story simple and straight to the point, carefully eliminating the fact that I'm not from this world. Elder Isom listens thoughtfully, but grows more excited the longer Liana talks.
The temporal rifts. It's been so long since I really researched them. I'm afraid I've been rather distracted.
I hope they increase the volume in the future because it feels like it's kind of down right now, and also it feels a little bit muffled, as if it's like being talked through a blanket or something maybe.
Still, someone is here hoping to discuss these theories, and I'm more than happy to talk about them.
He claps his hands excitedly.
Where should we start?
As I'm about to answer, a deep rumble beneath the earth stops me. What was that?
Oh, just the volcano. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, just a volcano. Okay. Just a volcano nearby, maybe like off the hill, maybe sitting right underneath. No, nothing too big. I trust you. That's what they said about Pompeii. Rip us. I'm gonna go with this one. Last time someone said nothing to worry about in regards to a volcano, their entire city was buried in ash. Leanna's eyes are wide and aghast. It's not all bad. It was basically all intact when the city was rediscovered thousands of years later. She doesn't look any less uneasy.
There's no need to look so concerned. The volcano will not erupt. This is the first sign of activity it has shown in thousands of years.
Isn't that concerning?
Perhaps if it were any other volcano, but this particular volcano is in the domain of the fire elemental who protects us all.
This fire elemental of which you speak, are you referencing the ancients?
Precisely.
Zack crosses his arms.
The ancients are only a story.
Who are the ancients?
They are the elements of Asaria. The magic which we have learned to manipulate are the gifts left behind from the ancients.
That's how the legend goes.
You are mistaken. They are not a legend.
Liana looks uncertain while Zack scowls.
You still believe in those stories?
I believe in the research, and Elder Ism has accumulated plenty of it.
Then where have the elementals been all this time?
We'll return our focus to the Elder.
I suppose I do have a few theories on that as well. But the elements are a lot trickier than temporal rifts. The story of the ancients is so old it predates our understanding of crystals and spheres. That's why most societies have forgotten about them and brushed them off as a legend. The people in this village, though, have not forgotten. When I arrived, I was purely focused on finding the fire temple for research purposes. But the longer I stayed, the more my focus strayed from the temporal rifts to the ancients themselves. If you believe that the cause of those random energy spikes are the result of temporal rifts, perhaps that is the link to the return of the elementals to Assyria.
So, what does it mean exactly? He shakes his head.
It's hard to say. We don't know why they left in the first place. My guess is that something was keeping them occupied in the spirit world. Perhaps whatever that is was set free by the rifts.
Millie hangs on to Elder Isem's every word. Diana absentmindedly fiddles with her manipulator, deep in thought. Only Zach seems skeptical of this conversation. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I don't believe us getting to this place and has anything to do with the elementals in fact, but maybe it does. I actually have no idea, but let's keep on going. Sounds really complicated and not something that can be solved in a few hours. To get back on track, how do I get home? To get back to the original topic at hand, Elder Isem nods.
The temporal rifts, yes.
How do one go about creating a rift?
Well, that will be difficult. You'll need an incredible amount of energy, more than any one human can create. The only places with that much concentration of energy is in the temples of the elementals.
You said there was one in the village.
Yes, the fire temple is here in Ember Mist.
Great. Oh, okay, that makes sense with why it's called Ember Mist. If it's near a volcano, Ember Mist, Ember, the fire, mist, I guess the volcanic ash or the byproduct. I don't know, that's actually kind of neat, I like that. Now it makes sense why it's called Ember Mist. My body grows warm as hope floods through my veins. This is good. I finally have a way home.
To be more precise, it's on the outskirts of the village, built on the side of the volcano, but it's not a far walk.
Then that's where we need to go.
Liana pushes herself to her feet, and the rest of us do the same. As Elder Isem rises, his face falls.
Leaving so soon? I was hoping we'd have a longer chance to chat. I have so many questions about Illumia and the Academy. As you can imagine, one does not get a lot of news of the outside world here.
Perhaps upon our return.
Yes, of course. Well, you best be on your way then.
Elder Isem, it was truly an honor to meet you.
Amelia's cheeks flush as Elder Isem grins. Is it Isem or Isem? I think it's Isem. She must really respect him. In a moment, I'll realize just how small and dainty she looks. I sometimes forget how young she is compared to the rest of us. We all say our goodbyes and then exit the hut. Once outside, we scan the horizon, trying to orient ourselves towards a volcano.